Hello everyone. So I briefly want to just talk about Project Breathley and how we're getting along. As you've seen, we were doing live streams over the last 9 days to write all the TDs in the lower house of Parliament, the Dáil. And as you know, I said there's 155 TDs. Obviously, there's 160, excluding the TDs from Cavan, which is 5. And obviously, if you take 5 away from 160, you have 155 for all the other constituencies. So basically, 38 out of the 39 Dáil constituencies we vote to. And as you can see here, here's 155 TDs in 9 days. It took us 20 hours. It took us 9 days, 20 hours and 18 minutes, which is a great achievement. Many hours were spent off stream doing it. Many hours were spent on stream doing it. It was a lot of time. And obviously we're moving on to the Seanad now. We'll continue on with the Seanad. We're getting a template to write to the members of the Seanad. We'll have to get a template on what we're going to write to the members of the Seanad. So we're working on that now. That's the next step. So that's step 1 done of writing to the TDs. Obviously we need, when the time comes, we're not doing it at the moment, when the time comes before, preferably beginning of August, before September. Pretty much August or May or sometime before that. If we have the date before, we don't have the date for Cavan, the date exactly, so we have to leave that blank on all the letters. So obviously, whenever we get the date, we put it in. That would be stage 2 of writing to the letter of the TDs and X, Y, and Z, to put in the date and to put in my address and put it into an envelope and write the name on the envelope, put the stamp on it, etc, etc, etc. That's all going to take time. So that's obviously down the line, but that's step 1 out of step 2. So that's not now. This is not the present. We're not doing that at the present time. We have the letters. That's the start. Obviously, we're writing to 214 members of Dáil Éireann and Seanad Éireann. So that's the both houses of the Oireachtas. And you might be like, how many senators were in the Seanad? There's 60 senators. We won't be writing to one because he's from Cavan. So 59 senators. So if you take one away from 60, it's 59 senators. So obviously that makes it up to 214 members of Dáil Éireann and Seanad Éireann we'll be writing to. And that's obviously that includes the president and other dignitaries, and to other people too, beyond the state, as I mentioned. Now that's one stage done. We've made a great progress on that, even though I've been ill for a long number of weeks and I'm still not the best and nothing like that. I won't be the best for a long time to come. But I had to come and do it. I had to pick myself up and do it, to be totally honest, because it has to be done. I couldn't leave it to the moderators and I couldn't expect them to do it for me. And I want to just thank the moderators. They done up the template for the write to the TDs, so I knew what to write. Obviously including notes for some TDs and ask them questions, and we can read them out. If they do write back, we can get the notes and we can talk about it. So obviously not send them at the moment. Just want to make this clear. We're not sending them at the moment. We're waiting until near September when we get the date for Cavan Day, and then we can send them probably the beginning of September, because most likely it'll be the last week of the month of September Cavan Day will fall on. So that's nearly 5 months away. But again, it's all about preparing and getting things organised and getting things ready, because there's no point starting at the beginning of September and rushing through and causing pressure. Because again, God knows I could not be here in September, to be totally honest. But at least, if God forbid if something did happen, my moderators could be like, here's all the work. It's just about putting pen to paper now and getting it set off. So the vast majority of things done. And obviously, God knows my illness could get worse. It could get worse, and I might as well tell you straight. But yeah, we're not thinking about that. We're thinking about the positives, and we're thinking about getting this done. And again, this is a step forward. This is a step in the right direction, which is a good thing. And again, I do want to thank everybody for joining the live streams and things like that. I've done live streams throughout it. Obviously, it wasn't that interactive with the chat. I do apologise, because obviously as a writing at the same time is difficult. And again, I do thank my 2 moderators for helping me out, reading out the comments on a few streams. And obviously Davey too, thank you for the templates too. Obviously we had a few templates we read for this one. So yeah, we'll continue working on that. And just briefly on another thing, we're working, I don't know if I mentioned it already, sorry. But yeah, we're doing a bit on Cahoots. We're looking into that. It's a slow process. It's a slow movement on the Kahoot. But when we get all the letters written to, we'll be full on at that, and we'll be full on doing that. And we'll go mad doing it. In other words, we'll go mad getting it sorted. So the moment we look like it's be 40 something questions, most likely. Again, we're not making 50, we're making 40 something anyway. in between that. So right at 47 to 40. So that's what we're hoping. So most likely it would be a 30 minutes long, the quiz total. Because obviously it'd be 40 seconds people have to answer, and X, Y and Z. We need to get all that sorted in pictures and questions, and it takes time. So that will probably take a good 2 months probably to sort all that out to get it done, not gonna lie to you. Obviously we are working in the background too and other things. Particularly we're working on getting a few young people to show their talents on Calvin. They're trying to promote it, trying to get more young people involved around Calvin. We're not working at that at the moment, but we have ideas. We're talking about it behind the scenes. We have a few names. We'll talk to them. I ring them at the end of March and I talk to them, and I make them an offer of how much we're going to give them to do it. So yeah, we'll wait to the end of March. That'll probably be the last week of March. We talk about that. We're meeting this Thursday. There's a big meeting this Thursday. We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about overall plan, stage 2 of everything. So yeah, that's going to be a big meeting. It'll probably be a good few hours long. Tomorrow we'll write the templates for the channel, so it'll probably be 4 hours long at most. Because we'll be having a good few templates, and obviously we'll tick which one is the best, and which one would catch their attention more, and which one are the more likely to respond to. If that makes any sense. So yeah, thank you everyone. Again, apologies. I know some people are confused, but hopefully this is to clarify things. So at the moment this is what we're at. We're moving on to other things. We're working on in the background. We're doing as much as we possibly can, and we're doing whatever we can to make sure, and obviously the funding, we do have a good bit of funding there at the moment. Depending on what happens, again this is going to cost a good bit to post off and things like that. We'll wait and see what happens. Again, we're not jumped to conclusions or anything, we're not jumped to gun yet. If we can pay, we definitely will try and pay for it out of our own pocket without asking people for it. But again, we don't know what could happen yet, so we'll wait and see. So again, that's just saying to people, and my throat is dying, so apologies. Thank you everyone.